Welcome to The Next Level, where we speak with Durham entrepreneurs. The Next Level explores what's next in business, public affairs, technology, education, and big ideas, and speaks to leading minds from Durham region, Canada, and around the world on what it takes to be the next big thing. Today, we are speaking with Justice Betty and Nia Betty from the new social impact startup called Revolutionnaire, a new fashion and changemaker brand in collaboration with the Canadian company synonymous with hip, celebrity chic, and the heartbeat of youth culture, Roots. Today, we're going to introduce them to the biggest social impact brand on the planet from New York City, Global Citizen.
I'm Nia Faith Betty.
And I'm Justice Faith Betty.
And we're the co-founders of Revolutionnaire.
Revolutionnaire was inspired by my own journey. I grew up as a black ballerina, never having access to dancer in my skin tone. So I'd go shopping with my friends and they'd all be able to pick up their tights and their shoes and put them right on, whereas I'd have to go home and dye everything because there's nothing available for dancers of color. So I decided to craft my own solution and originally launched Revolutionnaire as a dancewear brand catering to dancers of color. And we've since evolved into a larger movement with a social network for other young people who have a dream of making their communities and the world a better place, to have access to the network, the tools, and the information that they need to scale their impact.
Our partnership with Roots has been an absolute dream come true. As proud Canadians, we've been wanting to partner with this iconic Canadian brand for so long and feel really honored to be a part of the Roots family.
We started Revolutionnaire because we wanted everyone to have access to apparel and accessories that celebrate the skin that they're in. And we expanded into social causes because it's something that's always been extremely important to both of us, and we want to ensure that other young people have what they need to make their dreams for the world a reality.
Let's take it to the next level.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on The Next Level. It's fantastic to be here and really quite inspiring to meet you. So thank you so much for being a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much, Paul, for having us. We're excited to be here.
So excited.
I'm really interested in how one can bring a vision like this to life. I mean, was there a moment, like a light bulb moment?
Yes, absolutely. There's definitely a light bulb moment. So I grew up as a black dancer, not having access to apparel in my skin tone. And when I was 12 years old, I was able to meet Misty Copeland for the first time, who's the first black principal dancer with American Ballet Theater. And I asked her to sign my pointe shoes, and she was holding them in her hand, and the dye was coming off. And I was like, I'm so sorry that the dye is coming off. And she said, don't worry, the same thing happens to me. And I had this realization that if the top dancer in the world is having this issue, what are other young black dancers such as myself supposed to do? And that's really when the first idea of Revolutionnaire and starting a dancewear line began.
What makes this venture unique or special?
Absolutely. Well, it started with Nia's story and that moment where she was inspired by Misty Copeland's own remarks, and then Nia deciding that this was an opportunity to really revolutionize the dance world. And then from there, doing exactly that by way of a line with apparel and accessories for dancers of color that is now expanded into a whole variety of things. And then us as sisters thinking about how Nia was able to make her dreams of making the dance world a better place, and wondering how can we empower more young people with a vision of changing the world to do exactly that, which is why Revolutionnaire has expanded to now also be a social network for change makers, to give young people the network, the tools, and the information to scale their impact.
We're really the first dancewear line catering to dancers of color in the country, which was revolutionary for us. And in French is the language of ballet. So we thought it had to be French, and Justice lived in France for 2 years, and it all was connected.
So why do you think fashion and retail is a good way to make social change?
Yes, absolutely. I think that fashion is an incredible way to celebrate who you are. And through Revolutionnaire, we're celebrating diversity, empowering people to love the skin that they're in, and also be proud of who they are. And our favorite part about the first phase of our Roots collaboration was the response that we were getting from people who are wearing our Dreams Feel Revolutions shirt, and were posting on social media about their own dreams for the world and how they wanted to turn their dreams into action, and how they were reflected and seen by the campaign and felt represented and empowered by it.
For many of us, as we grow up, we have bold dreams of what we want to be. For example, an astronaut, an NBA player, a prime minister. But as we get older, it becomes harder to hold on to those dreams, and we lose that desire to dream and that will to wonder. But at the same time, if we look at history, history has taught us about the power of dreams, for it is dreams that fuel revolutions. So what can we do in our daily lives to hold on to these dreams and then actually commit to putting them into action? And that's very much so been at the core of what Revolutionnaire is looking to do, and that's why we put it on a t-shirt.
Is there someone out there who you admire? I mean, who do you model yourselves after? Who's inspired you along the way?
Yeah.
Definitely our mom.
For sure,
yes.
Without a doubt. I mean, talk about following your dream and even realizing your dream a little bit later on in life. Our mom made the bold decision to change careers and very much so has been making a name for herself and a positive impact throughout the Caribbean. So we're really excited and proud of that.
And now we have the pleasure of working with her as not only our mom, but also her consulting us on what we can do for Revolutionnaire and helping us so much.
And of course, her Durham region roots run deep as well, proud graduate of Dumbarton High School. And it's just been incredible having such supportive parents, family, and friends on this journey. And we could not be more grateful for their support and belief in us.
Our dad would bring us to protests when we were really, really young, and even our involvement with politics. I remember going canvassing, and I must have been like 7 years old, and I was walking with my sister and my dad, and we were knocking on doors canvassing for candidates who we were supporting. So he's always been really involved in the community, and we followed those footsteps.
What have you learned along the way? Any surprises or any major revelations sort of at this stage in your journey?
Yes, absolutely. Well, something that I learned is that Justice and I work phenomenally well together. We grew up and we were really on different paths. Justice was really focused on academics and was going on a corporate route, and I was focused on dance and really creative side. And when we came together during the pandemic and we're really working together and ideating together, we were able to create something that was so much better than either of us could have done by ourselves, which was really special to us.
So was it a personal risk to do this?
Oh, it was absolutely a personal risk. I mean, I graduated from university in 2018. That was the first job that I'd really ever known from a full-time perspective. And it was the middle of a pandemic where unemployment was at an unprecedented level. And I decided to leave my job despite having a perfect rating and being on the fast track. But it was fundamentally because I believe in what we're building. I believe in the team of incredible young activists and community organizers and leaders from all across North America that we're working on this with, and the broader network and platform that we've been able to build since launching in June. The other aspect of it as well is betting on yourself. I think Nia and I have proven ourselves in various arenas, and as I was preparing to take that leap to leave my job, I figured enough people have bet on me in the past. Why can't I bet on myself and engage on this journey with my sister to try it out and see where it will take us?
Well, thank you. Well, as I know that you are fans of Global Citizen, we've set up a call with Simon Moss, co-founder of Global Citizen, out of his New York office. And we're going to have this phone call in the Global Classroom at Durham College. So if you're ready, let's go.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
We can't wait. Let's go. Speaking with Global Citizen will be an incredible opportunity. We've admired their work for so long as an organization that has set a broad vision of ending global poverty and putting young people at the heart of this mission.
Simon Moss, live from New York City, from the Global Citizen headquarters. Hello and welcome to the next level. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much for having me.
And I'd like to introduce you to Revolutionnaire.
Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon. We're so excited to be sitting down with you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
As co-founder of Global Citizen, I'd like to hear about how this got started from the beginning. I mean, how old were you when this whole idea came to life?
Myself and my co-founders, fellow young Australians at the time, we were all in our mid-20s, and we had a dream. We had a dream about how the world could end extreme poverty, not through the actions of billionaires or governments alone, but through the work of citizens coming together.
What kinds of challenges did you face getting things off the ground?
As I think your guests will be familiar, when you're young and you've got a big idea, lots of people smile politely and say, "Oh, that's so nice." And you can tell they're not taking you seriously. And it's nice that they'll take the meeting, but I remember it took years to prove that we could do things that were impactful, that would make a difference.
Just how big is the apparatus of Global Citizen now?
So Global Citizen has grown from this idea in suburban Melbourne 12, 13 years ago to have teams in 7 different countries around the world, and more importantly, millions of supporters around the world who every month are learning about issues, taking action, holding their leaders to account and changing what they do in their own lives. So that in the last 10 years, we recently updated our numbers and have recognized that we've helped unlock and see delivered out into the world more than $35 billion of new money to fight extreme poverty and tackle climate change, as well as having impact on almost a billion people.
And so on the note of big ideas, I will hand it over to Justice and Nia. And do you have any questions for Simon?
Absolutely.
We definitely do. Simon, I love what you said about having this dream in a living room in Melbourne, Australia. And dreams are really at the core of Revolutionnaire. Can you share a little bit about how you and your co-founders knew that this dream was something that you wanted to act on, and how you found that inner belief to go out and pursue that dream?
It all started with a really simple conversation. And I think many of us have had it where we go, "Oh, I wish the world had this." And then an awkward look and someone with the bravery to say, "Well, why don't we go create it if no one else is?" And then the moment of disbelief, but who am I? Who am I to say that I could bring this into the world? Followed by a reflection that says, well, if no one else is, why not me?
The world seems more connected than ever before, especially with young people taking action using technology. And of course, Global Citizen has leveraged technology in petitions and virtual action items. But I'd like to know how technology has played a role in Global Citizen from start to now, and how that role has evolved.
One of our very first presentations was in Toronto. And it was, I remember back then, a challenge to find a projector and a VGA cable so that you could actually share these stories with people, because it was still such a new thing to have videos that didn't come from our TVs. So now it's our Global Citizen app on Android and iOS, and it's our Global Citizen website, and it's a WhatsApp chatbot, and our social media channels that we hope are pulling people together. And I'm so proud that some of our most read stories and engaging content of this year is a content series called In My Own Words, which are first-person essays and photo essays from young people from communities we don't typically hear about.
Can you say a little bit more about the examples of young people unlocking their own potential to make a difference in their community, and how Global Citizen has been an instrumental driver in creating those realizations?
We recognize that one of the best ways to have impact in the world is to see other people doing it. It's the demonstration effect of knowing that I don't feel powerful in my life, but if I see someone who's a bit like me doing it, then I feel braver. I feel more willing to give it a go. A glorious failure of a creative idea that doesn't quite work is much better than a dream that you just decided to leave in the bedside drawer.
I want to ask you about what the big plans are for Global Citizen in the fall, and also to ask you how you think we can take this to the next level.
September 25, all around the world, Global Citizen is running Global Citizen Live, a 24-hour global broadcast with live events and live crosses all over the world to tell the story about how we want the world to recover better together. We'll have live events in New York and Paris. We'll have content from all 7 continents around the world, so long as I can get the Antarctic penguins to play nice, if not 6. And to take it to the next level, I'd love to invite the Revolutionnaire team to join us in New York if you're able to come on down for it. And would love to continue the conversation about how to have those big, crazy ideas, how to enlist support for them.
Wow.
We are so honored.
Yes, thank you so much, Simon.
This is incredible.
Yes.
And we're so looking forward to meeting you in person and having that discussion. This is amazing. What an incredible surprise.
Yes, thank you so much.
Simon Moss, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to see you and to work together. And on behalf of our new friends here, just thanks for being a part of the next level and really helping us to remember how important it is to have dreams, because I think that's what really moves the world forward.
Thanks, Paul and Revolutionnaire team. Can't wait to see you in New York.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Simon.
you so
See
much.
you soon.
We just feel so incredibly enlightened and inspired, and especially hearing Simon's story and how he started this as a young person and has been able to mobilize so many people to take action. It was incredibly inspiring for us and has given us a new sense of hope and purpose in what we're doing.
I want to thank you for joining us on the next level, and I guess I'll see you again in New York City.
Hey everyone, it's Justice.
And it's Nia.
And we're super excited to be getting ready to go inside for Global Citizen.
We're so excited for the concert, and thank you so much to Paul for helping us take things to the next level.